Week 11 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few centers I look to buy and trade for this week. The first center, Brook Lopez of the Milwaukee Bucks. So Brook Lopez, he's always been a solid player throughout his long NBA career. And this season, still putting up decent numbers, 12.1 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 1.9 blocks, 1.9 threes, and 48% from the field here for Lopez. So I'm saying, I know his numbers are pretty solid. He's given 4 or 5 categories, but his scoring and rebounding hasn't been all that great for a big man this season. In the last couple weeks, 14.3 points a game, 5.3 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.5 block, 2 threes, and 51% from the field. So Lopez, he's definitely under the radar, and he's still giving fantasy owners many categories, but I still believe fantasy owners could go out there and they don't have to give up much in a deal to get Lopez on their roster. January 2nd versus the Nets, 7 points, 3 boards, and assists, a block, 75% from the field. January 4th versus Portland, 5 points, 6 rebounds, a steal, a block, a 3, 22% from the field. And January 6th at the Raptors, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 4 threes, 60% from the field. So Lopez, he's given 4 or 5 categories, like I said, to fantasy owners. He's not great at one thing besides the shot blocking, where I'll give him that 2 blocks per game. But I still believe he's under the radar, and underrated is Lopez, and you don't have to give up much in a deal to get him this week. The next center, Jusuf Nurkic of the Phoenix Suns. So Nurkic, he got demoted to the bench now for this Phoenix Sun team, where they're trying to get on a win streak and get things going. So Jusuf Nurkic, his minutes have definitely gone down, obviously getting benched for Mason Plumlee in the starting lineup. But I still believe there's a possibility as well he could get traded at the NBA trade deadline and go to a team that could put him right into the starting lineup and get big minutes, because we know he's a good rebounder. We know he's a decent shot blocker, and I just believe Phoenix, they're either going to play him big minutes or trade him to a team at the deadline. On the year, 8.6 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and 45% from the field. In the last couple weeks, those numbers have definitely dropped off, and you could get him pretty much for basically nothing, I believe, in a deal. 6.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 3, 44% from the field. So the last 2 games since he was benched out of the lineup, he's only played 14 and 19 minutes, is Jusuf Nurkic. The last few games, December 27th versus Dallas, 3 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 25% from the field, and a 3. Then he missed games from December 28th to January 4th. Then January 6th in his return at Philly off the bench, 5 points, 7 boards, an assist, 50% from the field. And January 7th at the Hornets in a bad loss for the Sun team to one of the worst teams in the league, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 50% from the field. So Nurkic, while right now he's not playing major minutes, the numbers haven't been there, I still believe he can help fantasy owners in 10, 12-team leagues, especially if he gets traded, or especially if he's back in the starting lineup for the Sun team sooner than later. So he's definitely a center to buy low this week. And the third and final center I'd look to buy and trade for is Jonas Valanciunas of the Washington Wizards. I think Valanciunas, he's going to be traded sooner than later at the NBA trade deadline. This Wizard team going nowhere. A lot of veterans, Malcolm Brogdon to add to the mix, Kyle Kuzma, even Jordan Poole possibly could get dealt with. This team's rebuilding, and they want young guys, and they want draft picks. And Valanciunas, he signed a nice deal in the offseason where they can unload that contract, which obviously is very tradable at $10, $12 million per year for Valanciunas. On the season, 11.9 points a game, 7.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 55% from the field. But the last couple weeks, the numbers have gone up. 13 a game, 8 rebounds, 2.7 assists, a steal, 58% from the field. So Valanciunas definitely getting his trade value up. He's going to go to a contender, obviously, towards the NBA trade deadline, which is about a month away. And this contract is very affordable to deal, and teams will definitely take it on. So January 3rd in New Orleans, 9 points, 10 boards, 2 assists, 44% from the field. January 5th versus the Pelicans, 6 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, a block, 60% from the field. And January 7th versus the Rockets, 18 points, 4 boards, and assist, 63% from the field. So like I said, Valanciunas, he can help fantasy owners in rebounding, scoring the basketball, and a good field goal percentage. But obviously his peak isn't going to be with the Washington Wizards, where they're playing the young guys, and he's been coming off the bench behind Alex Sarr. Is Valanciunas only playing about 20 minutes per game. So like I said, if he goes to a contender where they need a center and he's locked in for big minutes, that's where the value is going to go up, and I believe it happens towards the deadline. So that's a few centers I look to buy and trade for Week 11 of the fantasy basketball season.